Marker. Okay, here we're starting at the end of the game. And if I pronounce the last guy's name correctly, it's Lothar Vogt. Vogt. So basically the game is Vogt versus you. Me. Lothar Vogt was from East Germany, from the DDR. 1990, East Germany still existed. So, you got to watch it. This was in Dortmund. Actually, maybe in 1990, he was considered German instead of East German. I'll never know. It's too long ago, I don't remember. We were in Berlin for a match, and we wanted to go to East Berlin, but they closed the border in the Berlins because Gorbachev was visiting East Berlin. So they wouldn't let anybody from the West go to East Berlin. And we were going to, our team was going to go. We played a match in West Berlin. That's when the wall was still up. And my favorite story, which I've told ad infinitum, is my Bundesliga coach. He owned the team. I just had his name in my mouth and now I forgot it. Jürgen Grosstadt. He was the sponsor of our team. He was the manager. He was the leader. I'd stay at his house in Dortmund when we played matches in Dortmund. And I asked him, I said, is the wall ever going to come down? And he said, the wall will never come down. Roar! The next day, they tore down the wall. You can't make that up. Truth hurts. It's pronounced Vogt. Who's ad infinitum? That's how much you donated with 10,000 bits. That's ad infinitum. Okay, so in this position, I played King G1. The engine says I'm winning, even though he has two pieces for a rook, because I have an extra pawn. His pawns are all weak, and most importantly, his knight is pinned. So if his rook moves horizontal, I have rook f4 check, and he actually loses his knight. So he should play either bishop c6 or rook f5. And it says I'm plus 2.3 or something like that. Okay, anyway, my opponent blundered. He played the move you're all going to be proud of. He was in time trouble. He played rook takes g2 check, confusing the audience. I am teaching again. Most of my students are under 1,000. Yeah, I already have 4 students, or 5. I only wanted 4. I don't blunder. You blunder every move. My rate is a lot. I don't take any more students. I only wanted 4 students. Based on how often people donate and how much, nobody who watches my stream, except for Finegold, can afford my lessons. Shouldn't you have 20 students? I don't want 20 students. I want 4 students. 20 students means I would have no free time in my whole life ever. I would be teaching all day and streaming all night. Want to do that? Will you ever commentate on Tyler One's games? I still don't know who that is, and no. I get asked about him a lot on the stream. I guess you guys know who he is. Okay, so this move loses. I take. He goes here. Now it's white's to play and win. White only has one way to win. At what range do you think having a coach is most useful? It's always useful. Do you hand out homework to your students? Or do you analyze their games with them? Neither. And you spelled there wrong. That's the wrong there. Homework is always stupid. It's stupid teaching chess, and it's stupid when you're in school. You should never have homework in school. That's just a dumb thing. You go in school, you do schoolwork. When you're home, you're at home. If you want to do stuff and you have a chess coach, do stuff. Then tell your chess coach about it. I shouldn't be telling you what to do. You should be doing stuff on your own. Yeah, whoever invented homework is just stupid. It's a stupid thing. There's a lot of stupid things in the world. I always feel like I'm in the wrong world because there's people who aren't vegan and there's people who are religious. And that's like 90% of the world is one or both of those, not vegan or religious. And those are like idiotic. So I just born in the wrong like world. I don't know which is dumber. I guess religion is, but also people vote for Republicans. I mean, that's dumber than the other two. Voting against people who are against your interests. Unbelievable. Who are incredibly dumb, incredibly evil, or both. But this is the world I was born into. I have to survive in a world where I can't believe people aren't vegan. I can't believe people are religious. And I can't believe people vote for Republicans. I can't believe it. It's like three of the stupidest things ever. That's the world I live in. I have to live in the world. I don't know what else to do. Terrible. There's a lot of other dumb stuff in the world, but those are just three of my least favorites. You stole my Jesus fish. That's right. Man, Quadruple Digit at Last has about the same number of Seinfeld references as Lawful Waffle. I'm getting suspicious. Like they're the same person. Right, if Levy becomes a GM, I live in a world where Levy's a GM. That also doesn't make sense. Okay, so I play Rook takes E7, which some people said, and then King F3. Now here, my opponent made a bad move. It doesn't matter, he can resign. But when I say it's a bad move, what I mean is your last chance is to play King F7. And the reason is, which I saw when I played Rook E7, the reason is White only has one winning move here. Yay, go Karen. GM Smurfette has a point. H5 is correct. If you play anything else, King G6 is a draw. But H5 wins. Now, what's funny is he played Bishop takes E4 check and his flag fell. And it was move 40, but you have to make move 40 with your flag up. It was like 40 moves in 2 hours or something. So he was in time trouble at the end. But when his flag fell, he can be very happy to know that he was completely lost. So at least that's good. You are a sub. It doesn't ding when you sub because we got rid of that. It never dings when anybody subs.